So really,
Right.
we go all the way from, the guests that are looking for something that's, light in activity all the way to, they want something pretty active,
Big.
and they're
Mhm.
looking for that super active experience. So, for example, I'll give you some. My family and I were in Harvest Key, which is our private island that we have off the coast of Belize. And some of the fun things that we did was we actually did the underwater scuba diving. So we did it
Ooh.
with the Boss underwater scuba. So we did that. That was so much fun. My kids loved it. My son, with what I loved about it is it's kind of like you're on this like this little, not a scooter, but it's almost like an underwater scooter in a sense,
Right.
right? And
Yeah.
it's a bubble that's around your head. So it's not like a traditional scuba mask and all of that. And it was great because my son is only 12 and he has asthma, and he can't do the traditional scuba diving. So
Right.
it allowed him to be able to do scuba diving a little bit, and get that experience, but not have to, he wasn't like
Right.
excluded from the group. We were able to all do it together. So it was really nice.
That's
Um,
fun.
yeah, so we did that. That was absolutely so much fun. And then we did a little snorkeling afterwards on that one, so that was fun. So that's more of, like a moderate activity, they say, because you have to get on the scooter, the underwater boss in the water, and do that. And then we've done things like, hiking, and done things like that too. The other thing is, you could do something light and activity like a beach day. So you could just go hang out at the beach. We also did, when we were on the island, we did zip lining. So we did
Yes.
our zip lining from the flight tower that we have there. And that was so much fun. My kids absolutely loved that. I was like, this is fantastic. And then, that island has something that you don't always have to do a paid shore excursion, right? So
Right.
that island has a 15,000 square foot pool. So for a couple of the hours, we just hung out in the pool and just had fun and just relaxed. So
I know
that
that
was
thing is
nice.
beautiful. It's so big.
I know, I love it there. It's so nice. I love it because it's a docked port, so you don't have to worry about tendering in. And then the other thing too is that there was honestly a beach chair for everyone and a
Mhm.
spot by the pool for everyone, and you weren't like crowded into this little tiny pool. I mean, I've seen some great, pools in my day being on the all-inclusive side with the resorts, and I'll tell you that pool is as big as or bigger than some of those other
Oh
resorts that
yeah.
I've stayed at, which it's 15,000 square feet. It's huge. What I love is that is meaning that is a dock port, and it means we can only have one ship in at a time. So
Right.
when you are there with Norwegian, you're having the whole entire island to yourself. So it's fantastic.
Yeah. And they're
Yeah,
shopping.
yeah. Who doesn't love shopping? Oh, I guess there
And
is
there's
some people,
eating and
but
drinking.
yeah, so Landshark Bar and Grill is there, which was one of my favorites. So yeah, and there's some great, cute little local shops and just kind of local things that you can get, which I love too. I love
Yeah.
that in any destination. So there's a wide variety of things that you can do. You could do horseback riding as well too. You could do swimming with the dolphins. I know one of my coworkers just did swimming with the pigs in the Bahamas.
Hmm.
So that's becoming ever popular. So there is a wide variety of shore excursions that you can do in different destinations. It just kind of determines, what was the family looking for? What is the guest looking for? The couple looking for? Are they looking for maybe a romantic sunset cruise? Is the family wanting to do, some swimming or maybe some kayaking or something like that? So really whatever works best for them.
Right, right. So let's talk about a little bit about your loyalty program and what that's all about.
Yeah, so the first time that you sail with us, you will be assigned a latitude number, and then there is perks based on, the tiered status that you're at. So the more you sail with us, the more free perks you get and things like that. And then we do have currently right now, for our latitudes, um, current our current members, we have a special sale in place that is offering 20% off on select sailings. So that's
Hmm.
another perk that you get. We don't do that all the time, but
No, you
definitely,
don't.
I know it's fun. There was an email, hopefully you received it recently, actually, that just came out last week, I think it was, that talked a little bit about that sale and being that you get 20% off on select sailings, and we want to make sure that we're always, thankful to our past guests and hope that they want to come on board with us. I think one of the best things is when you are on board with us, we do offer cruise next certificates. And those, what that means is that you're buying a cruise next certificate, which is putting a deposit down on a future cruise, and then we actually give you an onboard credit for the sailing that you're currently on or the one coming up. So it's a great program. And what I love about it is that they can still work with, with you on booking that next cruise. That doesn't mean they're working directly with Norwegian. We want them to actually, work back with you on, booking their next cruise, because really you're the expert when it comes to, knowing your client best and knowing what's best for them, and really being able to determine, what sailing might be best for them. So it's best that they, come back to you and let you know that they actually booked that cruise next certificate, and then go from there. And, you guys can work together on planning, their next vacation.
And we appreciate that. Trust me.
Yeah, absolutely. No, really, it's a relationship that you've built with that client, and you know exactly, what they're looking for or what they've done in the past that maybe, they gave you feedback on if it was great, or maybe it wasn't, something that they absolutely loved and they wanted to try something different. So you would be the best person for them to always book with.
Right. And right now, you currently also, don't you have a promotion going on for $50 deposit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So for a lot, yes. So $50 deposits, which is a great low deposit to be able to do. Yeah, it is great. And, if you can look at those free for all sales that have all of those offers included on a lot of those itineraries. I know Hawaii was in there, Alaska's in there, Asia's in there. I saw some Africa in there, Europe's in there, Caribbean. You name it. There's at least one sailing for every single destination, I feel like. So it's something that is to take a look at for sure, because it's a sale that is a consumer favorite. Whenever we see that happen and go in place, we really see a lot of bookings come in. So so definitely book now versus waiting, because it works. Yeah, it works just like hotels. So the minute that we open up the pricing and we have certain sailing open, the minute that it starts to book up, the price increases. So you definitely want to book in advance always. It's really, really key to getting the best value and being able to pick your certain cabin if that's something that you want to do. It's really the best way to do it.
See, did you hear that? She said, book now, because when they fill up, the prices go up. I'm just saying. That's what you need to be doing.
It works just like supply and demand. Yep, it's exactly how it works.
Totally. And so are there any special requests that come across your desk or that you know of that are on the unusual end, but you were able to accommodate for some folks?
Yeah, I've had some special requests with certain groups that have needed, particular things. Maybe they wanted to do a scavenger hunt on board. Maybe they wanted to, have a meet and greet with possibly the captain. We've been able to arrange, based on certain things. So it's always fun to have, and see what's going to come across my desk. I had one group that, due to certain religion aspects, they did not utilize, they slept on the floor. They did not sleep on beds. So we had to remove the beds from certain cabins. So it's really nice to be able to, and fun actually, to see some of the requests come through. And see exactly what's going on there. So I think someone's calling you to book their cruise right now.
I hope that's the case. They need to pick up the phone.
I think they're like, that's it. I know the free-for-all sale's going on and it's ending soon, and I definitely want to get on board. So that's exactly what's happening.
And real quick, well, let's talk about, you're also able to accommodate special needs travelers as well, correct?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, so you would have access to, our special team that we have that works with our travel agency partners in regards to any kind of special requests. And that, is a wide variety. So special requests could be something if maybe they need wheelchair access or, help with renting a scooter. We can give you the information for that. Or really maybe it's something that they need in particular regarding like a food allergy. I see more and more like gluten-free requests coming through and different things like that. One of the things that's really important to note is that if you do have any kind of special requests like that, the further in advance that you can get that information to us, the more that we can actually, help accommodate things. So, for example, a gluten-free request I just received came in, and I had the travel agency, work with our special team that we have in place. And what was great is they were able to provide them, a lot of different things, like what type of similar foods that we have on board that, would be, what can they expect going forward, right, for like a gluten-free menu. And in addition to that, one of the guests was an older guest that obviously qualified for the beverage package, and that's, of course, what he chose because a lot of guests do.
Right.
And we were able to accommodate gluten-free beer as well.
Oh.
But it's really awesome. So what's great about that is we can do it, but the only thing is that the request has to be done at least 30 days in advance.
Okay.
So it's always really good to, submit them right away in advance. So anytime that, your clients have any kind of special request, always good for them to reach out to you, let you know about it, and then you can work with that team and they can really help, determine exactly what would be best for that guest.
Right. And there was
we really do our best on board, too, to accommodate anything as well, too. So really, really important. I know I was traveling on one of our ships recently, and I was with some travel agency partners, and one woman had a severe allergy to pretty much everything. It seemed like I said, "Oh my gosh, you poor thing, what do you eat?" And the chef, she met with the chef before we were, dining for our group dinner, and she met with him, 2 hours before. He asked her to come in and went over everything, and he personalized and made something for her. He even made, we were eating in Food Republic, which, has that more, Asian sushi feel to it, right? And so he made her a special soy sauce that was basically exactly within her diet range that she could have. And she said, Lisa, I have never had somebody on any cruise ship, on any hotel, anything like this, give me such great service when it comes to, accommodating those special requests. So that was really great feedback, and I was super happy to hear that. So yes, we do a great job on that.
And then for groups, if a group wanted to have have meeting space, or we can do that as well, right?
Yeah. So we have
reunions.
Absolutely, yes. We have teams in place, and our special events team is one team that works with the group. And so how it works is you can work with that team and get everything set up for any kind of meeting requests that they have. Maybe they want to do, maybe they want to have certain foods in the room, for maybe a cocktail party, or maybe they want to do, appetizers, something like that. Maybe they want to have, the theater area so they can, do a performance, or maybe they need to have, a smaller area where they need to have like a projection screen, anything like that. Across the board. Scrapbooking groups come on board, and we have to, set the room up in like almost like maybe classroom style or a U-shaped. Or so there's so many requests that would come across our desk, and music groups are big too. So we handle all of those, and our team is absolutely amazing. And our groups team works together with our special events team, and they all just work together to make sure that we accommodate everything that we possibly can.
Perfect. I surely appreciate you coming on with us today. I know we've both been really busy this summer, this spring and summer. So this has been really good to have you. And I hope that we can do some follow-up later on in the year.
Absolutely.
I would like to have you on at least a couple times a year so we can talk about what's going on with Norwegian. I do have one more question for you, though.
Sure.
What's on your personal bucket list?
Oh boy. That's a hard one because there's so many. So right now I think my personal focus would be my cruise next year with my family for the summer. So I'm really leaning towards either that Tahiti, if I can swing it, the dates is what it is the Tahiti, Hawaii one, or my son wants to do Alaska. My daughter wants to do Hawaii. And I love both, so I'm torn. My husband's never been to Alaska, so I'm kind of leaning more towards that. And then also, the other thing too is years ago when I started, kids get older, right? And you just kind of say things without even thinking. And so I said to my daughter, I said, sure, when you graduate from high school, if I'm still working there, I'll take you to Australia because that's where she's always wanted to go. And now she's going to be a sophomore in high school. And I said, okay, I really should have made that for being
College,
when you
maybe?
graduated from college. What was I thinking? So I looked at it recently and